So it's Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined once again by unbeaten super middleweight Callum Simpson. Callum, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you, mate. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Good, good.
Boxer right behind you, clearly. Really good momentum at the moment as well, and it looks like it's all leading towards that elusive until now British title shot. What can you tell us?
Yeah, so obviously my next, like I announced after my last fight, my next fight's going to be against Zak Chelli for the British title. Obviously I made mandatory for that earlier on this year. So yeah, we're just working towards that at the minute. We haven't got a confirmed date or venue yet, but we're not far off it being confirmed over the next couple of weeks. We should have some big news.
What did you make of Jack's performance to win the British title? I think last time out.
I think that's probably the worst British title fight I've seen probably ever. To be honest, mate. Not even trying to be disrespectful to him. I think that yeah, wasn't a British title worthy fight at all. I think Jack Cullen underperformed massively. Like yeah, underperformed massively, and Chelli always just did enough to win. Fair play to him. It won the British title, well done. But yeah, he's gonna have to do a lot more than that to be beating me.
And Jack Cullen's obviously fought him twice now. The draw at Fight Camp seems like a million years ago, but I'm sure it happened. Um, will you speak to him? Get any ideas about what? I mean, I suppose you can see from yourself what Chelli's like, but will you speak to any of his former opponents, including Cullen?
I've already had a few people contact me, to be fair, which I'm not saying who, but yeah, there's plenty of stuff we already know about Chelli. We've been watching him for. But to be honest, I wanted to fight him quite early on in my career, even before I signed with Sky and Boxer. So I've been looking at him for a while, not as a fan, but just kind of just watching him, thinking, I know I'm going to fight this kid, or well, I want to fight this kid. So obviously, he's been ranked higher than me for a while. So he was someone I've had my eyes on for a while. So yeah, and even since he's been with the new coach now as well. Obviously, they said, he's left his dad, he's got a new boxing coach. You saw him with his coach for the full last camp, and nothing changed about him at all. It just, Chelli, you can have as many coaches as you want, to go and do the same thing over and over again, which he always does the same thing.
And you said you've already had some people reach out to you, perhaps with some advice on how to handle Chelli. What does that say about him that these people are so keen to see him lose?
Yeah, it's a bit sad, really, to be honest. Yeah, but to be fair, you never know. People might be my former opponents or sparring partners might be messaging him. You never know. They might want to see me lose, but I don't know. I think if you just look at I don't know. I don't like really talking bad about him in that sense, because yeah, I don't know. Obviously, I don't know if they like him or not, or whatever. If they've had a bad experience with him, I don't know. But obviously, for me personally, I think he's a nice lad. To be honest, I think he's a nice lad. He's worked hard in boxing. Yeah, he's a bit arrogant and a little bit deluded, but he's a nice kid.
Good stuff. Nah, British title, I assume, is the first step on the road. Have you always been someone that wants to do that traditional route, British, Commonwealth, European, and so on? Or is it just whatever gets you to a world title quickest?
Yeah, I want to the traditional route. Ideally, I want to fight for the English as well. However, we're straight for the British. But yeah, I want to. Obviously, I won the area title in my 10th fight, my first championship fight. I won the area. I wanted to go on to win the English, but it wasn't meant to be. We're going for the British now, so I want to pick up the British. The Commonwealth, I believe, should be on the line as well, because he's got both, so they should both be on the line. And I think we're looking at one or two international belts as well, so we should be plenty on the line for it at high stakes. But yeah, definitely, I think the traditional route's the best route. I had 10 fights on the small hall shows. Similar to what Dan Aziz did as well. He won the area, the English, British, Commonwealth, European. Yeah, he lost to Watsi, but that's how I want to do it. In that winning the belts in that kind of order, and working my way up.
And what about securing the Lonsdale belt outright? Obviously, you need 3 defenses. Is that something that appeals to you, or will it slow your progression down?
Yeah, I definitely want to do that. I've already spoke to my team and told them that that's what I want to do. But we don't know what's going to happen. It's not something I've got my heart set on. Like, no matter what, I need to do that. If it's a better opportunity comes before that, if I only have 1 or 2 defenses, and then a good opportunity comes up, then obviously I'll take that. But ideally, I would like to win outright. Yeah.
Glad to hear it. Who do you see as kind of the biggest threat domestically at super middleweight?
Sorry, mate, you just got a bit quiet there.
Oh,
Just 1 second. I don't know if it's mine or yours.
all right.
Just a second, sorry, mate.
I said, who do you see as the biggest threat at 168 domestically?
I wouldn't really say there is a threat, to be honest, mate. Honestly, I think the super middleweight scene at the minute domestically isn't great. I don't think, if you look at the fighters we've had in the past, even for like the whole of Britain, we've had some amazing fighters come out of the super middleweight division. I think that, well, to be honest, for me, that's my favorite division from the past. Whereas now, I think you look at the top 10, it's pretty shabby, to be honest, mate.
Fair enough. I wanted to ask you a little bit about the event taking place in Riyadh on Saturday. First
Yeah,
of all, you've obviously sparred Artur Beterbiev a number of times, and he
yeah.
was unfortunately injured in camp for Dmitry Bivol. Bivol's still on the card. What was your reaction when you first heard that he'd been injured, Beterbiev, and he wouldn't be able to face Bivol in this fight?
Oh, good, mate. I thought you were a joke, to be honest. When I looked, I think I seen it on Twitter. But yeah, I don't know. It might have been a group chat. We're in a group chat with one of the coaches and a few of the lads who've been out there sparring. And yeah, someone put it in saying, "Oh, is it true?" And I looked on Twitter, and then yeah, I think it was a knee injured or something. I'm not sure, but yeah, his team aren't going to let him fight unless he's 100%, and hopefully when he's 100%, they'll get the fight back on. Hopefully.
And what of Bivol now? Because he's obviously got a substitute opponent who's going to come in with plenty of ambition. He's got nothing to lose. Bivol was obviously preparing for an undisputed title fight that he's wanted for a long time. How tough can that be mentally for a fighter?
I think it can be tough mentally, but I think someone like Bivol or at that level, they should have that mental toughness anyway. So hopefully it shouldn't really have too much of an effect. Anyone at that level, whether it's whatever sport you're in, you've got to have a level of mental toughness and to be able to get through these kind of things and still perform as well.
What do you think of the 5 versus 5 generally? Have you got a kind of favourite out of the two teams?
Actually, I forgot who was actually fighting, but yeah, it looks like no, I know they are, but I forgot some of the names. But yeah, it looks like a good event. It's a massive event. Matchroom versus Queensbury. Hopefully, we can get a boxer involved in one of them, and then soon. Yeah, I'd love to fight over there. But yeah, it looks like it's a massive event. A good little build up to it so far. Now I'm looking forward to it. I think I'm looking forward to the Willie Hutchinson Craig Richards fight the most. That fight's a big fight, and then obviously Deontay Wilder and Big Bang Zhang. That should be a good fight. And then Nick Ball as well. Yeah, there's plenty of good fighters on there. Plenty of good fighters.
Yeah, I actually wanted to ask you specifically about Richards and Hutchinson because it's not far off your weight, of course, at light heavy.
Yeah.
And they've already had a bit of back and forth looking at some of the videos last night in Riyadh. What sort of fight do you expect from those two?
I think with Hutchinson's a bit of a. I think they both do what they always. Choice. I've not seen too much of Craig Richards. I've never actually seen any of Craig Richards' fights. I've only seen Willie Hutchinson, and I know that Willie Hutchinson, he likes to pot shot a lot, be on the back foot a little bit, and I think with Craig probably would be best to do that as well. Anyway, so yeah, I'm not sure what kind of fight to expect, but it could probably end their stoppage one way or another. But yeah, I think it'll be a good fight.
I mean, Craig's mixed in much higher class, certainly domestically, and also against Bivol, of course. Also been a light heavyweight for a lot longer. How much of an advantage are those two factors?
I think the experience will be a massive advantage for him. Like I said, he's been in with much higher class opponents than Willie has. But Willie's been boxing for a long time. As an amateur and as a pro. So yeah, I think he'll handle the occasion well, and I think he'll be all right. I don't think it'll get too much.
And if you had to pick a winner, I know you haven't seen much of Craig, but who would you go out on a limb, one way or the other?
Just from what other people are saying, probably Craig Richards. But I've never even watched him. That's just purely based on what I've heard. What people are saying in the gym and over that online and stuff. That Craig's a favourite, but that's only when I go. But literally just off that, yeah.
And you said you'd like to see Boxer get involved in one of these events at some point in the future. If they did, and you were a super middleweight rep for them, who would you want from either of the other stables?
Well, have they got anyone at super middleweight?
Zach Parker's moved up.
I'm actually looking at this. I'm actually looking to see what they had, and I can't remember seeing any with Matchroom. think the only there isn't any. I don't think there's unless Canelo wants to go over. I'll have Canelo in Saudi, no problem at all.
I'm sure you would. Yeah, I think Zach Parker is obviously with Warren, but I think he's moved up to like heavyweight now. So yeah, I think so. So there's a bit of a dearth at super middleweight. You've got Lerone Richards, he's with Wasserman, maybe Boxer versus Wasserman, maybe that could be made.
Yeah, 100%, definitely. I actually sparred him yesterday.
Did you?
I sparred him yesterday. Yeah, good kid, yeah, good kid.
How difficult or challenging is it? Because he's got a very unique style.
Not challenging at all. I think just with my style, you know, just with my my work rate, my aggression, and you know my intensity. I think if you let him go at his own pace, then you're going to be in for a very long night. You know, he's a very skillful boxer. But like I said, it's on the back foot a lot. You know, but I think if you let him go at his pace, then you're gonna struggle. But I think someone like myself, who's got that high intensity work rate, don't struggle as much.
And he's fought at world level in the past, not too long ago, actually. When you have great success against someone, I mean, I'm inferring, but I think that's what you're saying, against someone like that in sparring, does it give you like an extra reassurance in your own ability?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I've been sparring these top kids for years. For years, you know, like even like Lyndon Arthur sparring for a long time. Even Liam Cameron now, who's fighting Lyndon Arthur. I was sparring him when I was like 18, 17, when I was amateur still, training for championships. You know, I think he was the Commonwealth champion at that point whenever I was sparring him. So I don't know how long that was ago. But yes, I've been even like him, obviously going over sparring Beterbiev, you know, doing well over there. Sparring Dan Aziz, all these big domestic names, you know, and most of them the weight above me as well. So yeah, you know, I sparred Willie Hutchinson, Ezra Taylor was like heavyweight as well. Who else is there? Yeah, I sparred everyone there is, and mainly like heavyweight, and I do well against them all. Well, very well against them all. So yeah, for me, I know where I'm at, I know what level I'm at, and yeah, that's why I can't wait. Just keep pushing on now, and just, you know, get this British title, Commonwealth title, another nice international title, and just keep pushing.
Will it get to a point, probably sooner rather than later, where you don't want to travel, even if it is a top name for sparring? You'd rather they start coming to you. You see yourself as that level soon enough.
Yeah, we've already well for this next camp as well. We've already looked at trying to get sparring partners in. You know, but to be honest, at the minute we struggle getting sparring. That's why we're going down to spar Dan Aziz. Going over down to London. You know, we're going over to Ireland to spar Patrick McCrory as well before he's fighting in America. So yeah, well, we're everywhere. We're trying to get good rounds, but trying to rely on people to come to us, it can be a struggle sometimes. So you know, whatever we do to get the rounds in, we get the rounds in. But yeah, so we're looking a few guys from abroad to fly over and come in, similar to what I did with Beterbiev, you know, to come and put them up in a hotel. So you know, I've got some good sponsors now that are gonna help fund that, so which is great. So yeah, that's what we're looking into at the minute.
Brilliant stuff. Now, just before I let you go, have you got any message for your forthcoming British title opponent, Zak Chelli?
Not really, mate. Nah, not really. I'll see him soon, I'm sure.
Good stuff. All right.
I'm not trying to say too much until it's announced and confirmed. Don't want to scare him off.
Yeah, well, there is that. Brilliant. Well, really appreciate your time, mate, and hope you got the Tesco delivery sorted.
Yeah. Come on, time, mate. Yeah,
that's what we want. Mine will be coming tomorrow, I think. So yeah. Hopefully, it's not just the celebrities who get the good treatment. All right, really appreciate it, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care, mate.
Top man, take care, mate.